And then, Allahumma hada iqbaru laylika wa idbaru naharika wa aswatu du'atika faghfir li. Forgive me. You know, this, oh God, now is the arrival of your night, the departure of your day, and the sound of your callers, so forgive me. Imam al-Bukhari. Bismika alladhi la ilaha illahu, when on to go to the bath or sleep. Bismillah, Allahumma jannibna shaitan, wa jannib shaitan ma razaqtana. You know, in the name of Allah, the Prophet ﷺ said, إِذَا أَرَادَ أَنْ يُلَامِسْ أَهْلُهُ. If you're going to be intimate, then this is something to say to protect the child. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من غضبه وشر عباده ومن همزات الشياطين وأن يحضرون. Very, if you wake up from a fright, you say this in sleep. There are many, many of these. I mean, we have beautiful books. Imam al-Shawkani wrote a fantastic book, Tuhfat al-Dhakirin. Imam al-Nawawi's great book, Al-Adhkar. It's one of the finest books in our tradition. There are many, and many, many scholars have written small books, like this one that my teacher wrote. They want the barakah of teaching these things to people, so it's why people write tajweed books. Like, it used to really bother me, tajweed books. Like, I see all these tajweed books. They're all the same. They say the exact same thing. They're all little books, and they say the exact same thing. And I would like, why do people keep writing tajweed books? Like, aren't there enough tajweed books? And then I realized it's actually a brilliant thing to do, because anybody that learns how to read the Quran from that book, the author of that book gets the reward of all their recitation. So this is why shuyukh always made their own awrad. As I realized that, because I was like, why do they keep making new awrad? Because they want the reward of the people doing the dhikr that they put together. It's one of the blessings of our religion. So I totally have no problem anymore with that, because I get it. I want to do it. Like, I'm going to write a book on tajweed, inshallah. Allahumma aghfir li dhanbi kulluhu diqqahu wa julluhu wa awwaluhu akhiruhu wa alaniyahu wa sirruhu. Oh Allah, forgive my sin. This is in prostration. Forgive my sins entirely, the lesser and the greater, the first and the last, the revealed and the concealed. He also said, you know, there are many, many beautiful iterations. Allahumma aghfir li warhamni wahdini wajburni wa'afini warzuqni. One of the things of the afiyah, one of the meanings of it, according to Imam al-Qushayri, was to be focused on God. In other words, not to be distracted, which I thought was really interesting. Humma inni zalamtu nafsi zulman kathira. You know, this is between the tashahhud and the salam again, between the tashahhud and salam. And these are what are called the baqiyat al-salihat. My recommendation to all of you, do the baqiyat al-salihat. This is one of the most important things that you do after your prayer, is the baqiyat al-salihat. These are the things that you say after the prayer. There are different iterations, but they're very beautiful and they're extremely important. There's a whole bunch of them. So these are, and we're actually this is going to be published this month and given to all the 12,000 strong people and then just made available. But there are good books like this. There's a beautiful one that White Thread Press did, the Precious Pearls, Reflections from the Precious Pearls. It's a beautiful book that a really fine sheikh from England did. So there are many good books, and the khair of Allah is without limits. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-jubni wa a'udhu bika min al-bukhli wa a'udhu bika min an uradda ila ardhal al-umr. This is a very important hadith given dementia, Alzheimer's, all these things are so prevalent. Wa a'udhu bika min fitnat ad-dunya wa adab al-qabri. So, oh Allah, verily I seek refuge in you from timidity and stinginess. So fear, jubn is like fear. Wa a'udhu bika min al-bukhli. Bukhl is related to fear because you're afraid to give out your money. And in one, it's min al-ajzi wal kasal. So the ajiz is the one who wants to do something, but they can't. The kaslan is the one who is able to do it, but doesn't want to do it. So he sought refuge from both. These are really stunning in their meaning. So these are, and then the dua from anxiety. Allahumma inni abduka ibnu abdika ibnu amatika nasiyati biyadika madin fiya hukmuka. عدل في قضاؤك أسألك بكل اسم هو لك سميت به نفسك وأنزلت في كتابك أو علمت أحد من خلقك أو استأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك أن تجعل القرآن العظيم في ربيع قلبي ونور صدري وجلاء بكلاهما there's slight difference but essentially the same meaning وجلاء or جلاء حزني وذهاب همي وغمي. So again, a beautiful comprehensive dua to make the Quran the Rabi' of your heart. And one of the best ways that you can honor your Prophet ﷺ is to read the Quran. The Prophet said the best ibadah of my ummah is Quran in prayer, and then Quran outside of prayer. This is the best ibadah that you can do. If you're not doing a juz of Quran a day, and you're doing other things, I would set aside those other things and focus on doing a juz a day. Every Muslim should do a khatam of Quran every month. I mean, this is baseline. And it'd take about half an hour. You could do 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening. Once you get accustomed to reading it at a relative pace, it's, what do you say? Qari Omar. Yeah. How fast can you do with hadar? How? Yeah, about 20. Yeah, so if you do hadar, you can do it in 20 minutes. So 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. This is not a lot of your time. It's, and the book, it's so neglected, and the Prophet complained of its neglect. اتخذوا هذا القرآن إن قوم اتخذوا هذا القرآن مهجورا. My people have abandoned this Quran. And one of the great blessings of Morocco, and one of the things I love about that country, is every masjid, 250,000 khatam every year, every month. That's what the Ministry of Awqaf has determined, based on all the hizb. Subhanallah. So this is a beautiful dua. And then istikhara is very important. He used to teach istikhara for everything. And this is something, I'll tell you a true story. Sheikh Abdullah bin Bayya was in Jordan, and they were on their way. It was very late at night, and they were on their way to the airport, and the driver fell asleep and crashed into a telephone pole. He died. Sheikh Abdullah broke his nose, and there was blood everywhere. And his son, and this is a true story, his son told me this. He was in the car, and his son started screaming because he was worried his dad was seriously injured. He was actually, it wasn't that bad of an injury, but because there was so much blood, he thought it was really serious. He screamed, and he said his father took his arm, squeezed it, and said, "Labas, astakhartullah. Don't worry, I did istikhara before this trip." That's the power of this. That's the power of the prophetic teaching, is that you are in the hub, you're in that place where you're not perturbed by the world.